Hey everyone on YouTube. I'd like to say this is my first video. I don't even have a camera yet. Just found something interesting enough for me to dig a microphone out and start ranting. I thought this was interesting, the whole debate with the how to use a gun as a revolutionary tool topic. It seems, I think a lot of people that are against it seem to be missing a the point. They seem to be focusing on the tactical aspect of using guns against the government. Everyone, brings up the obvious point that, the government's arsenal is much bigger and much cooler than, anything you could buy at your local sporting goods store. That's, everyone's, well, how can you use a gun practically to overthrow a government when they can, send a tomahawk to your house, from 500 miles away? I don't think that's the point of owning a gun as far as a revolutionary tactic. I think the point of owning a gun is to make the point of, a lot of people owning guns is to make the population untenable and uncontrollable. Remember that governments need people. It's true that government isn't a big faceless entity. It's made out of people from the population, but that body of those people still need the population to allow them to rule. They need us to work and to, do all the things that make it possible to even run a government. That's why, Britain didn't want, America to secede. They wanted our income and our taxes. That's governments don't want their if governments were a big faceless entity that didn't need their people, they wouldn't bother trying to control them. I think the trick an oppressive government tries to play is to make you think that your domination is inevitable, that it's just a fact of life. When people realize that you only accept control as a choice, that's when governments become scared. That's when they start trying to take the guns away. I think it's possible to resist a government without arming yourself, but you can look at the Indian Revolution and the 40s and Mahatma Gandhi and the whole nonviolent protest. It worked, but for one, there was a whole series of events leading up to that, from like the 1857 rebellion or whenever it is. I'm not totally sure. I think that was the year. Rebellion up till then to set it up, so it had a whole lead up to it, and I think it comes down to each individual population asking whether they want to risk just becoming meat shields. You can throw yourself to the grinder until the government realizes that it's futile to bother controlling people. They'd rather die. But would you rather do that, or would you rather actually rise up violently? Either one, I think, can be viable as far as stopping government control, oppressive control of a people. But I think you have to figure out which one works, because you look at Tiananmen Square, and that nonviolent, uprising didn't go too well. The Chinese government didn't give a shit that they weren't armed. Not that they, really would have given a shit whether they were armed. They still would have, thrown their tanks in. But I think I think the more aggressive a government is, and the more they're willing to lose, the more viable becoming armed it becomes. Because remember, and again, it's not a tactical thing. You don't arm yourself to defeat them. You arm yourself to become uncontrollable. When a government realizes the population would rather, become violent than submit to their control, I think that's when the population, gains control over the government. And you don't need superior arms. Look at the Vietnam War, the North Vietnamese and communist forces won with inferior, weapons compared to the Americans, and according to which tally you want to believe, more of them died than Americans, but we still lost control. The population gets to a point where you just can't control it. I think that's where it comes. So I guess my opinion is that the point of revolution is to cause a giant fucking ruckus until the government has no choice but to submit to its population instead of the other way around. A revolution is a role reversal, and I really agree with Fake Sagan. I think that governments have to, things have to start fresh. Things have to be refreshed. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Revolution is a healthy thing, and it has to happen, periodically. Look up on Wikipedia. Look up revolution, and there's a subject on there that shows rebellions and revolutions over a time scale, and just look at how many have happened, and how many have happened just within a 50-year period. I don't think every revolution is good. Not every government comes out of that, but I think that's just the nature of people, not of each individual revolution. Violent revolutions have had good outcomes, and so have peaceful ones. I think that is an aside to what really happens. So let's see here. Going through my notes. Okay. I think that's it. Pretty much. Owning guns is fine. For revolution, it's fine. Whatever comes out is, secondary. Hopefully more videos will come with an actual picture of my stupid face. See ya.